Well, hello and welcome again, everyone, or Yuma Lundi in the beautiful Ngunnawal language. Again, my name is Annie Lee Rowley, and I have one of the highest pleasures I can imagine today in marrying Hannah and Nick. Now, I can marry them, of course, because I am a Commonwealth registered civil marriage celebrant, and with that title, I am duly authorised by law to solemnise marriages according to law. So I'd like to acknowledge that we are meeting here today on Ngunnawal, Ngunnawal and Ngambri country and pay respects to all First Nations peoples as the first carers of country throughout Australia. I extend that respect to any Aboriginal or Torres Strait Islander peoples who are here with us today, as well as elders past, present and emerging. So we're on Ngunnawal country. Ngunnawal meaning we, the people, and just next to Canberra, meeting place, because so many neighbouring mobs have a really deep connection to this land. The bosses from neighbouring countries would meet at Mount Kosciuszko to make decisions about how all the different mobs would culturally manage the whole southeast region. On Mount Ainslie is where elders would teach the young ones about law, their roles and responsibilities in their community, and how it differed from their surrounding regions. And on Mount Tidbinbilla is where the boys would be brought along and initiated into manhood. So this is really sacred land. And it's always been a meeting place. And that's what we're doing here today. We're coming together to celebrate that these two people met. And today they're going to be joined in marriage. And I, for one, think that that's worth celebrating. And they need you all here to celebrate that. And a special mention to those who couldn't be here and for those who are no longer with us. But you are the best people that they know. You are their absolute favourite people. And there's no doubt that they have the warm and fuzzy feels for you all. And look, I'm sure that they know you feel the same. But once again, I want to hear your most enthusiastic cheer to show these two that you're backing them today. You can swap sides if the wind's going to be blowing you.
Yeah, do you want to? You right? Yeah.
Go for it. Do it.
Then we have to all swap?
It doesn't matter.
Who cares?
Yeah.
But now my... now my hair.
Yeah. Now you can see your mum and you can see your mum. Yeah. It's nice. It's different. It's unusual. Well, to set the scene of when these two stunners met, it was a very special afternoon at the Slater household, as Han's school friend Jess was hosting a body shop shindig at the parents' house of her husband, Paul, who just happens to be Nick's brother. Because it makes sense, don't all fantastic love stories start at your parents' house, Nick? Well, these sprightly 21-year-olds had known each other for a few years now, seeing each other around at parties and whatnot. Han, the quietly beautiful one, and Nick, the self-proclaimed, and I quote, loud, acne-faced dweeb. That you are no longer. Funnily enough, they never thought much of each other back then, but skip forward a few years and suddenly Han could tell that something was different about Nick. He was still loud, but somehow he just seemed more settled. Sort of. Throughout the party, they got to talking and Jess could tell that something was brewing. Thankfully, she and Paul set up a few double dates and coddled them through the early stages. So without these two, we really wouldn't be standing here today. So can I get another round of applause for Jess and Paul? Thank you, sincerely. Well, as time went on and the relationship flourished, Nick, you discovered how Han always has the best intention in every situation and how kind-hearted and loving she is. And you really took advantage of this when you enrolled in uni and decided to do a minor in education because Han had already done it and could help you through. Well, one fateful evening, there was no question that these two were destined to be together when, with 2 days to spare, Nick, very dramatically, of course, threw his arms up and confessed that he hadn't started this major assignment and he just simply could not do it. Well, Hannah, being the gracious woman that she is, simply took the laptop from him and completed the entire thing for him. Now, if that's not love, I don't know what is. You've got a good one. You've found the person you can annoy for the rest of your life. And as Hannah says, you're annoying, but I love you. So before you are joined in marriage in my presence and in the presence of these witnesses, I am to remind you of the solemn and binding nature of the relationship into which you're now about to enter. A bit scary. Yeah, right? It's confusing, right? And then we like to know how things work. We find a sense of calm in knowing what something is and how it works. And it's no different with marriage. You want to know what you're getting into and what's expected of you. Thankfully, the law helps us with a definition that marriage, according to law in Australia, is the union of two people to the exclusion of all others, voluntarily entered into for life. Those are some pretty powerful words. And I, for one, am of the opinion that our words really do mean something. Because every day we have a choice, not only in the actions that we take, but in the words that we use, and what message those words form holds meaning. And that's what your marriage is. It's the two of you together speaking to one another every day. Now, being all lovey-dovey is not your thing. And let's face it, Nick would be sobbing mess if we made it too soppy. So instead of reading their vows to you, they have written private vows that they already read to each other. Well, they had letters that they read this morning. So for now, we will just share the legal vows. So you can repeat after me.
I call upon the people here present to witness that I, Nicholas James Slater, take you, Hannah Louise Flaherty, to be my lawful wedded wife.
Little frog.
I'm good.
I call upon the people here present.
I call upon the people here present to witness that I, Hannah Louise Flaherty, take you, Nicholas James Slater, to be my lawful wedded husband.
I knew what you wanted to do. Well, words are just one way that we show love. Another way that we do that is with the wearing of rings. And you know, they say absence makes the heart grow fonder. And the two of you have both spoken about the void that's felt when either of you goes away for travel, even if it's just for a couple of days. You miss them, right? But it's more than that. And when we translate the phrase in Greek, I miss you, moi lipis, it really means you're missing from me. Did I say it right? Yeah? Good. Yeah, close enough. So I would like to invite the mothers to please hand over the rings.
Yeah, that's right. I'll take this one. Yeah, I could wear this one. That might fit my pinky.
You want to put it on a little bit and repeat after me?
Yeah.
I give you this ring.
I give you this ring so that even when we're apart, you're never truly missing from me. Does it fit though? Oh, we're good.
Yeah. Looks good.
Uh-oh. We'll do this.
Yeah. I give you this ring
I give you this ring
so that even when we're apart, you're never truly missing from me.
you're never truly missing from me.
Yeah, we got there. That's nice. That's cool.
So we've established that you love each other. Yep. That you're committed to each other. There's no going back now, actually. And you are a couple of cheeky buggers. But life in its very nature is filled with uncertainties. There are very few things in this world that we know for sure. But this is something that I like about marriage because it does separate a few things from what we don't know to what we do know. And there is something that you can be sure of today, and that is that you are loved by this person standing in front of you, and that you do, in fact, love them in return. There's also a few things that I am sure of today, and one is that your marriage is going to be great. Yeah. And it will be filled with blaring music in your house until your neighbours can't stand you. It'll be going out for dinner, but Nick insisting that the meal only consist of entrees. And it will be hanging out with Archie, asking where he is, and what he's doing, and why he's doing it. But it won't always be smooth sailing. So when Nick is playing games instead of prioritising household duties, and Han asks if the door is locked just as you're falling asleep, my advice is to communicate with one another, be vulnerable, and just remember, as the wise Michael Scott from The Office said, love is the water of life, so drink deeply. Well, Nicky, Pick, Pickle, Pookie, Nookie, Pook, Pookle, and Pig. And Han, Hanny, Hank, Hanley, Ramirez. The Hank, and whatever other colourful nicknames you have throughout the years. This is your moment. So just soak it in for a moment. Because this right now is your moment forever. And it is my absolute pleasure to promote you from being each other's special friend to declare you as husband and wife. Alrighty, wonderful people. It has been signed and sealed. There is absolutely no going back anymore. But it is once again my absolute pleasure to introduce, for the first time as a married couple, let's give it up for Mr. and Mrs. Slater!
Shining through, you fill my head with sweetness, you fill my head with you. Shall I write it in a letter? Shall I try to get it down? Oh, you fill my head with pieces of a song I can't get out. Can I be close to you? Ooh, ooh. Can I be close to you? Ooh, ooh. Can I take you to a moment